Radio Afrique, aye. The station with the best music. I love the music. In your face, all over the place. Radio Afrique, aye. We are online 24/7. You're listening to the best radio station. Online 24/7. We are online 24/7. You're listening to the best radio station. Mixing the beats in the mix with the best DJ. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
is certain. Only music can help you to find the right way. The way you should follow today. This way will take you to the best genres of music from around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Afro old school.
Voila.
Yeah.
My partner is back.
Back once again. Here we go.
Right.
All right. Have you missed me?
Yes.
Don't matter, because
Really
I was
miss
then,
you.
this is now. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to tell you, there's two things I want you to take from today. You know, we're going to do our usual show, but I'm going to tell you right that's from the top of the show what I want you to get out of this.
Exactly.
And I'm going to repeat at the end of the show. So just remember, there's two things, right? Number one, you have to control your narrative. Okay.
Narrative, yes.
Okay. Your own story. Number two, black wallets matter. Seriously, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That's we live in a commercial world.
Truly, yes.
We live in the Western world. It's all capitalism. That's
True.
what runs things. So,
Exactly, yes.
if you really want to change things, it's you move with your wallet. You move with your wallet. Now, let me take it back. Way, way, way back. Martin Luther King.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Rosa Parks. Everybody knows about the bus.
Mm-hmm.
They said, hey,
Yeah.
the bus.
Yes.
We're not going to stand for any nonsense.
Exactly.
What happened, it was hitting the bus companies in the wallet, wasn't it?
True, yeah.
Hitting it in the wallet.
Exactly.
Black wallets matter. Yeah, we have unbelievable spending power.
Truly, yes.
And if you just, a bit more selective on how you spend it,
Exactly.
it's like, hey, if people are anti-black, not really on your wavelength, keep your money in your pocket.
Exactly.
Watch them
Simple as
change.
that.
Watch them change.
Exactly.
Okay, right, okay. So that's the main taking points from the top of the show.
Voila.
If I know you're all busy people, and if you take nothing away from the show at all, you got to take away them two things straight in. Okay, so what's happening right now in the world that you should be focusing on? Okay, athletics. The World Athletic Championships are in the UK right now. Okay, you've had your sunny weather down there. You've had your rain down there. But let's talk about Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt is his last time. He's done his, he did not win the 100 meters. It would have been a fairy tale ending, him winning the 100 meters, but it wasn't to be. People are going like, hey, they're really sad. But you got to remember, he didn't have to run at the World Athletic Championships in London.
Exactly.
Because remember, at the last Olympics, he bossed it. He was smashed everything.
Exactly.
If he'd walked away then, nobody would have batted an eyelid. Because he was a top dog, the top dog. Untouchable. But he just went like, you know what? London's a special place for me. They've always supported me.
Exactly.
He said up to front, he's got injuries. But he's still gonna try his best because he's still up for the challenge. He's still up for the challenge.
Truly, yes.
He did not win, but that does not take anything away from his story.
Exactly, yes.
So, okay, so controlling the narrative. Boom. You see,
Boom.
It all adds up. It all ties together.
I get
I'm
it.
telling
I get
you.
it.
I'm telling you.
I get it.
Have you missed me?
I miss you, man.
Have you missed me?
That's why I miss you, man.
So, yeah, Usain Bolt, he was still up for the challenge. But he was beaten by Justin Gatlin, the 2 times drugs cheat. Now, hey, this is, nobody wanted him to win, really. You had Usain Bolt saying, like, yeah, he's done his time, so it's okay. But when you saw Usain Bolt's eyes when he was saying that, it was like, yeah, well, he had to say that, really. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean. And then, I've got to also add, right, on Justin Gatlin, the 2-time drug cheat, who was booed in the stadium. I fully support the booing.
Yes.
Right. My brother, who I might have mentioned before, I'm going to have to interview him on the show one day, right?
Yeah.
Basically, he's a 5th Dan black belt.
Yeah.
5th Dan. We're talking you can't get better.
You see what I mean?
He's pretty close, almost invincible, right?
Truly
okay.
is.
He's been doing karate for let's say over 30 years.
Wow.
So he knows his stuff.
Wow.
So he's also a nutrition expert.
True.
So he basically says, if you're run down, right, what you need to do is you need to exercise to toughen up your body so you don't get colds.
Exactly.
Right? So he goes, and what was Justin Gatlin's excuse for taking when he was caught with the drugs in his system? He said it was a cold remedy.
Whoa.
Right? So basically, my brother shut him straight down by going if you're super fit, you needing a cold remedy is it's going to be super rare.
Super,
you got caught twice.
Yeah.
I'm like, right. Just so I got nothing left to say on that. There's just nothing left to say on that. Okay. Let's move on.
True, yeah.
Let's move on.
You're right.
Okay. So let's talk a little about Mo Farah. Because Mo Farah is he's in the same league as Usain Bolt, isn't he?
Exactly.
It's like he gets the job done.
True.
So he's going for, is it 5 in a row of 5,000 and 10,000 meters international championships, which I don't think has ever been done before. So he's going for that. But when he saw Usain Bolt lose, he said, that's just a sign that you can't take anything for granted. You can't slack off.
That's true.
Okay. That's a lesson for us all there, really, isn't it?
Exactly.
So no matter how good you think you are, if on any given day, if you're not 110%. You gotta make sure you deliver the goods.
Exactly.
No slacking.
That's true. Yes.
Because everybody, we've all done it. We've all done it. Like, you know what? Sometimes we've been feeling like we're not feeling too good, right? But then we push ourselves. But sometimes we just get up and going like, I feel fantastic.
That's true.
But that's when you feel fantastic. That's when you've got to be extra careful.
Careful.
You're like, oh yeah, I'm feeling so good. Then you might slack off just because you feel so good.
It's so good. Yeah.
So. Let that be a lesson.
Exactly.
Okay, Mo Farah, and hey, he's a guy I'm prepared to listen to because he puts the work in. You understand? You don't get to be that good without putting the work in. Fantastic. Okay, all right. Okay, we've had a bit of a laugh now.
Yeah.
Okay, so but we're still sticking with the athletic championships, the world ones, which are happening in London right now. Okay, let's talk about Isaac Makwala from Botswana. Okay, you've been watching.
Isaac.
You've been watching him.
Yes.
He's the guy, right? Yeah. In case you haven't been watching, he was supposed to run the 400 meters,
exactly,
and the 200 meters, right? So he turns, and he's one of the favorites.
Yeah,
he's one of the favorites. In fact, he might have been the favorite.
Yeah,
because he's in form right now.
Yeah.
He's like he turns up to the stadium. They turn him away. They say, do you know what? We think you have the norovirus, which is highly contagious, right? Wow. So he's going like, let me run. I've trained for 4 years for this, right? They turn him away. Now, so he does not get to run the 400-meter final. Now, the thing is, he's saying he's fully fit. The thing is, like, he wasn't tested for if he had this norovirus. So look, he wasn't tested. So they just turned him away anyway. So he was saying, if this was Usain Bolt, you know, this beep would not have happened to Usain Bolt or Mo Farah, which he has a point, you know, because they're big names.
True.
You know, then the narrative of, you know, no one looks good if Usain turns up and you turn him away because you think they would do everything in their power to make sure he was there.
Exactly.
They'd get 5 teams of doctors to look over him to make sure that he's okay. So Isaac Makwala, you remember the other show I talked about, my Afrocution?
Numbers, yes.
To make sure my pronunciation.
Exactly.
You've got to make sure my pronunciation is on point today. I've been away from the show for a while. I might not be as hot. I'm on point as I should have been.
You are on point, bro.
Isaac Makwala from Botswana.
That sounds.
It's got a nice flow to it.
Exactly.
Okay. So the thing, what I loved is like, because the IAAF, that's the athletics body that are in charge of everything. Yeah. You know, they knew they messed up. They knew they weren't controlling the narrative. Big time, yeah. So basically, they said like this norovirus has an incubation of 48 hours. So they got a team of doctors to look at Isaac Makwala from Botswana. Right? So they let him. He missed the 400 meters final, so he didn't get that. But he was also down for the 200.
Exactly.
Right, but he'd missed the heats of the 200.
The 200.
Right.
Yes.
So what he had to do a time trial by himself of 200 meters. Wow. That never happens.
Yes.
I mean, that's a precedent. In the past, they've done 400-meter relays, 4 by 100-meter relays. Yeah. They've done that on a time trial when something has happened. But it's a time trial of somebody doing the 200 meters. Wow. I've never known that happen before. So the IAAF know they messed up. Wow. And it's damage limitation.
Exactly.
So I loved it. It was cold. It was raining. You know, you can see that Isaac Makwala from Botswana.
Yes.
But you know what he did?
Yes.
The stadium was like, it was early in the morning. The stadium was quarter full. He did the time. He did the time trial. He did the 200 meters. He qualified for the semi-final. When he crossed the line, right?
Yeah.
He went down, did some push-ups, man. He did some press-ups, just like, I'm fully fit. Always have been. Always will be. Boom.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Boom. Just like straight in. Loved it. Play a tune. I'm telling you, that's the way to do it.
I tell you. He did it. Nah, the man did it. No joke.
No joking.
We got respect there.
Okay.
Here with you. Revolution.
Yeah.
6 stab. Yeah. Revolution. 6 stab.
And hey, listen to the lyrics. It says like, you got to start your own revolution. Okay.
It's time for you to reveal your own truth. It's time for you to reveal your own truth. It's time for you to reveal your own truth. Stop the own revolution. 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 Stop.
Yes, back once again. Afro,
One more time.
old school.
Old school.
Okay, we're still on athletics.
True.
I'm telling you, right? Okay, now, Katarina Johnson Thompson. She's a heptathlete, British heptathlete.
All right.
Okay, now, reason what I'm going to talk about now
Yeah.
is the British participation in these World Championships.
Okay.
Because Britain ain't been delivering.
Exactly.
They've not been delivering.
That's true.
It's not been delivering.
No.
Now,
No.
I think it's mental.
Mm.
But you know what? The first time I watched it, the sun was out. Yeah, I looked at on the TV in London. The sun was out.
Yeah.
Then the other day I watched it. It was pouring with rain. Just perfect conditions for UK athletes.
Yeah.
They're used to these conditions.
Exactly. Yes.
You know, all these other competitors from other parts of the world where it's like hot.
Yeah.
Who do their like hot weather, warm weather training?
Yeah.
They come over here. They're not. I saw one race like I think it was the 400 meters. A
Yeah.
guy from Norway won. He was not expected to win. I wasn't surprised because it was pouring down with rain.
Yeah, exactly.
All these black guys going like, this is bloody cold. I'm not up for this. This guy from Norway is 21. He couldn't believe it. I was just like, he was crossing the line. He was
Exactly.
shocked on his face. But it was pouring with rain. It's Norwegian conditions.
Yeah, true.
He was ready for that.
Exactly.
You're
right.
What I'm going to talk about now is the mental side of things. Because in athletics, at the elite end, anybody, as Usain Bolt said it himself, at the elite level, anybody can be anybody on any given day.
Exactly.
More than half the battle is mental. Usain Bolt has said that himself. And I watched this heptathlete, KJT. She goes by initials a lot. I look at every time I see her on the TV being interviewed. She's from Liverpool. Every time I see her on the TV, she does not strike me as a confident person.
That's true.
I
That's
don't
true.
think she believes in herself enough.
You
Now,
see?
every time I've seen her in a major championship, she messes up.
Wow.
She don't come away with a major medal. But if you look at her individual times for each, it's a heptathlete. So, they do everything they do. They do the 800 meters, they do 110 meters hurdles, they do, the shot put, they do the javelin. You got to be good. You got to be good to be even superb just to be get picked in the first
true.
place.
True.
Now, every time I see her, she doesn't look confident. And, when you look at her times for, the points that she gets on each individual event, she should be up there. She should be delivering.
Exactly.
She should be delivering gold, bronze, silver. She should. She came in fifth because every time she does an event, she does a heptathlete competition.
Yeah.
There's one event she messes up, and it's always different. It's always, and this time I think it was the high jump, and it was one of her best events.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think she ain't got the mental game right. Because there's the physical side and there's the mental game.
True.
And there's the physical side. You might not. You might have certain limitations in that. In the physical side.
Yeah.
Because I remember Sebastian Coe.
Yeah.
He said to be a great athlete, the first thing you need is great parents. And what he meant by that was that genetically, it's it's how you're built. There's like you say, Bolt, he's got long legs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you want to do the high jump, it helps to be have really long legs and be really tall. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing a triple jump, it helps to have long legs.
Exactly.
You understand?
True.
So you're in the sport. Your parents, their genetic makeup as a big factor.
True.
But there's something the mental side of the game. That's something which you have a lot more. I think you have a lot more control over.
True. Yes.
So I think KJT. She needs to up her mental game. She needs to do some mental work. Okay. All right. Now, you need to take a deep breath. You taking a deep breath? I'm going in now. I am going in. You also got to check my Afrocution here. Right. Caster Semenya. Have you heard of her?
Semenya.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the South African.
Exactly.
Athlete,
That's what I'm going to talk about her right now.
Okay.
I am going to talk about her right now. And you've taken your deep breath.
Exactly.
Because when I'm going in on this, I'm going in on this.
Let's go deep.
Right. Right. She's South African. You know that she's the 800-meter Olympic champion.
Yeah.
Right. You know that the IAAF are constantly looking into her, saying that she's got an unfair advantage. Right.
Is this case still going on?
They're still going into it.
Wow.
The IAAF are spending money and resources.
Wow.
Saying that and their position is that she has an unfair advantage.
Wow.
Right? So we could be in a situation, right, in that for her to compete, she would be forced to, if she doesn't take, I suppose it's the opposite of doping. It's like if she doesn't take medication to reduce her testosterone.
Wow.
Right. That's the IAAF position. Right. So basically, in the past, right, this is a big debate, isn't it? Right, she naturally has more testosterone than other women, right? Naturally, right? So they're saying that this gives her an unfair advantage. Whilst some people who take artificial testosterone, it's illegal, it's doping, right? But she is, God has made her a certain way, right? So the IAAF are still looking into, they're running rings around trying to come up with some way of mitigating her. Making, basically for them, for the IAAF, they'd be really happy if she wasn't running at all. And then you have other athletes, when she wins or does well, you could see the looks on their faces. They are not supportive of her or her situation, and she's in the position. She's made a certain way. She didn't, she isn't. I personally don't think she is doing anything wrong. She is the way she is, and she's competing accordingly. Simple as that. And what really gets me, right? What really, really gets me is that if you start going down the road of, right, she has an unfair advantage naturally, where does it stop? Because you're hey, Usain Bolt, he's got really long legs. You could easily go, I'm sure there's some people go well, because he's of his long legs, that's why he wins all the time. You've still got to put in that just because you've got an unfair advantage, or they think you've got an unfair advantage, you've still got to put the work in. You've still got to put the work in. And let me take the Usain Bolt. He might have long legs, but but his starts aren't very good because he's got long legs. It takes a while for him to get his legs going. It's better for him towards the end of the race because he can open up his stride pattern. But at the beginning, it's terrible. It's not as good as other people because of his long legs. So where do you draw the line? You know, and also, Caster Semenya, she didn't win. She came third. So people going like, oh yeah, she shouldn't be competing. She's still got to train. She is the way she is. So for me, that's the end of the story. Other people need to up their game. It's as simple as that. You know what I said earlier? There's a mental side to it,
True.
as well as the physical side.
Truly,
It's just exactly the same. When Usain Bolt steps on the line, some people are scared and have already lost because they've gone, oh, Usain Bolt, he's fantastic. I can't compete. So he's defeated them mentally already.
Exactly.
Just like in some football games, against Man United, in the old days, teams would turn up and go like, oh, they're really good. We've lost already.
No, fix us up.
It's the mental side of the game. Usain Bolt's on the line. Some other people, at the starting line, some people go, oh my gosh, it's Usain Bolt. I can't compete. Caster Semenya steps on the line. Some people go, oh my gosh, she's got an unfair advantage. I can't compete. But Usain Bolt, he came third. Caster Semenya, she came third. You still got to prepare yourself, turn up and try your best. No excuses. Play a tune.
Wow.
Afro old school, we tell it like it is.
golden era is gone. A time when great African kings and queens built their dreams into empires, stretching across the continent and beyond. But we say a new era is upon us. A new set of African kings and queens are on the rise. Driven by the same wealth of character as the kings and queens before them. Building new empires of enterprise with the right partnership. So rise up wherever you are, new kings and queens of Africa. Embrace your full potential and be proud of your heritage.
Pow! Did you hear that? Be proud of your heritage. That's right. Okay, we are back.
We are back.
Afro old
Afro
school.
old school.
Okay, right. Just a little. Gonna go back to about Caster Semenya. I'm gonna quote her. Right. She said, "Being the way I am is good. It's God. I cannot question God. When I wake up, I tell myself I like myself the way I am."
Voila.
That's it.
That's it.
The only other thing I gotta add is like, hey, just like Usain Bolt, she came third. Usain Bolt came third in her race. So, hey, you still got to train.
You still have to do.
You still
your
have
work.
to train mentally and physical and turn up and do the job. Simple as that. Okay, let's move on. We're moving on. Okay. What are the 2 points I said at the beginning of the show that you had to take away from today? One was black wallets matter. What was the other one? Control the narrative. Control the narrative. That's right. Now, now we're going to talk about controlling the narrative. This is if you now the thing about Afro old school is that it's edutainment. You want to educate and inform with entertainment.
Exactly.
Now, Conor McGregor and Mayweather. If you want to talk about controlling the narrative,
Yes.
that is controlling the narrative. Now, look, on paper, there is absolutely no way.
No way.
There's no way. Let me say that again. There is no way Mayweather is going to lose. There is not. All right. How many? He's 49-0.
Wow.
49. He is the greatest boxer of all time because he is 49-0. Got all his faculties, money in the bank. You know, regardless of whether you like him or not as a person or whether the things he says, he is, you know, he's 49-0. Do you know what I mean?
He's the champ.
He's the champ, right? Now, purely by controlling the narrative, Conor McGregor has, by, you know, talking, playing all the right moves, he's getting himself a massive payday. I don't even think Conor McGregor thinks he can win. Do you know what I mean? But it don't matter. It does not matter because you know, they went on an international promotional tour.
Yeah.
They were going to different cities around the world.
Yeah.
26,000 people have been turning up.
Wow.
Right, to watch these people chat nonsense at each other. Right, that's not even the fight. They just turn up to watch these people just like chat any kind of nonsense. Now,
wow.
Now, Conor McGregor's been accused of being racist, and you know, Mayweather has been accused of saying, you know, inappropriate things in the build up to this fight and on this promotional tour. Quite frankly, anything they saw on this promotional tour, I'm ignoring. Do you know why? Because it's all about the hype.
Exactly.
It is all about the hype.
Exactly.
Anything that comes out of their mouth,
Exactly.
I don't think they believe.
Exactly.
Right? It's pure theatre. It is pure theatre. They're controlling the narrative. Both of them are going to walk away with big money.
Money.
Now, Mayweather's going to take the majority of the money, Right? Conor McGregor 4 years ago, Conor McGregor was making peanuts.
Exactly.
You know, and he's lost a couple of fights, you know?
True.
And like, you know, I'll tell you what, Conor McGregor, he's saying, right, because he normally does mixed martial arts, and this is just a boxing match, he's saying that he loves this because it's only half a fight. He should have just train for boxing. I think that's because you if you just listen to that and you just process it for like 5 seconds, you go like, it's half a fight. It's half a fight. So you go like, Conor McGregor is in with a shout. He's in with a shout.
Yeah.
And then you think about it, right? Okay, is he a boxing specialist? No. Has Mayweather been boxing all his life? That's all he's done. Yes. Is he 49-0?
49-0.
Yes. He's got no chance. It makes me laugh. It's just, but even I'm getting sucked into the theatre because I've just watched a bit of it on YouTube and just go like, it's just for the giggles.
Exactly. Yes.
It is. They're all gonna make money, and you know, as long as if it goes, it's gonna go more than 5 rounds.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Purely because Mayweather is gonna want for them to get their money's worth.
Exactly. Yes.
I mean, I'm sure they've, you know, it's just like I remember Ali Foreman, you know, the Rumble in the Jungle. Afterwards, I remember seeing an interview with Foreman, and he was saying, him and Ali would like speak on the phone like they were mates.
Yeah.
And Ali was saying like, don't worry about anything I say. It's just promote. Don't worry about, I'm going to promote the hell out of this.
Exactly.
You know, because they were mates.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and Ali understood that, you know, it's the game of theatre, and it's about controlling the narrative.
And right?
Mayweather and McGregor are controlling the narrative to the nth degree.
Exactly. Old school.
That's right. So, you know, well, as I say, you got to control the narrative right there.
True, yes.
Okay. Now it's time to get. I'll take a deep breath.
Yeah.
You know when I tell you to take a deep breath, you know I'm going to get serious.
I will do that.
I'm going to get serious now.
Get it right now.
Okay, you taking a deep breath? In for 5, out for 10. In for 5, out for 10. You weren't doing it properly, but in for 5. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out for 10. That's so you can relax.
Yeah.
You know, get yourself into nice, mellow state because I'm deep and serious now.
Okay.
Deep and serious. We've done a bit of comedy, deep and serious. Right.
I know when you come to
Okay, so the Met Police are going to be using facial recognition software at the Notting Hill Carnival. Straight up racism.
Wow.
Straight up racism. I'm calling it as it is. I'm calling it as it is. Right. So I can't even talk about for 5-10 minutes on that subject.
No.
That's just to make it a statement. I'm telling it as it is. It's pure racism. I'm moving on. Okay. Take another deep breath. Right. Okay. George Osborne and Michael Gove have gone on holiday together to Germany, just the two of them, summer break, chilling out in Germany, catching like a city bag. I don't know how many days they were on holiday for, you know, going to the opera, hanging out together like mates. Do you know what? As a 51-year-old man, I'm not supposed to swear, but do you know what? Beep, 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 beep. Do you know what? So, George Osborne was on the let's stay in the EU camp, right? You know, Gove did all that nonsense about, we've got to leave, 350 million pounds on the side of the buses, so, you know, all those lies and more damn lies. He teamed up with Boris Johnson. He stabbed Boris Johnson in the back for the leadership election. He's just basically a nasty piece of work. Now, George Osborne and Michael Gove going on holiday together. I don't like it. Do you know why I don't like it? And let me put an example for you. If somebody came up to you, right, and somebody you knew, right, and had done you, stolen money off you, you know, wrecked your car, did all kind of nastiness to you, rang up a load of debts and put you in a really bad situation which you had to sort out, right?
So,
would you hang out with them?
No.
Even if you know them for X number of years?
No.
So that's my feelings about this. George Osborne hanging out with Gove. It just says to me, right, this is a game to them and they are divorced from reality.
True.
They're not understanding how these things impact on people. They've got money. You know, if you have 20 million, right, and, you know, leaving the EU will impact your finances so you're down to 18 million, it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, these leaving the EU impacts so many other people at the middle income, at the lower income, and the less than lower income. It just, you know, you do not have to be a political expert to see the mess that is happening about these Brexit negotiations and all that, everything related to Brexit. So George Osborne and Michael Gove laughing and joking at the German opera, having a pint, you know, or a sherry or whatever it is the hoity-toity people drink. I ain't happy about it. I'm well annoyed. Play me tune to calm it down.
Oh boy. That's old school for you.
That's old school. I'm telling it like it
Tell
is.
it the way it is.
You know, when you get to our age, you know, we don't sugarcoat it.
Exactly.
We don't sugarcoat it. I could have gone like, well, you know, they're just friends, you know, and politics and all's fair in love and war. No, no. Tell it like it is. Afro
Old school.
Right back at you. Right
Back,
back
yeah.
at you.
You man.
Okay. Now, I've got your attention. I'm going to tell you a couple of things I want you to take on board.
Right.
Okay. I saw this thing online, yeah?
Yeah.
And it was entitled Ripped Grandpa. So it's about a body. It's just about a 5-minute mini documentary. And it was about this bodybuilder who's a grandpa. So he's knocking 70 plus.
Right.
And he had the grey beard.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
his body was super. And there was one quote he said on there which really struck a chord in me, and I'm just going to repeat it to you. It says some people are dead at 25 but are buried at 70.
Wow.
That's I like my quotes. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's
Love it, man.
Some people are dead at 25, buried at 70.
Wow.
Let's break out what that actually means. Some people stop living, stop progressing, stop looking after themselves. They're just in a state of stasis.
Exactly.
They're just stuck. And they're just like that, and they're just going to continue moving like a tortoise until eventually they die. And they're 69, they look back on their lives, what they've done, nothing. Simple as. So, yeah. Hey. Dead at 25, buried at 70. Okay. Now, I'm gonna flip to a little bit of comedy.
Bring it in.
Okay. It's an American comedian, Bill Maher. I think it's called Maher.
Bill Maher, yeah.
Or Maher, or whatever.
Yeah.
Now this is the crux of racism here on white privilege. This sums it up perfectly. What he did, he got a Barack Obama impersonator on his show, somebody who looked like Barack Obama, right? And he got him speaking Donald Trump's words. And you think of Donald Trump and imagine that stuff come out of Barack Obama's mouth. And then that really puts it in a nutshell, because there's no way on earth Barack Obama, he wouldn't even have got a job as a shoe salesman.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Saying with them kind of words. No matter how much money he had, he could have as much money as Bill Gates, and he was running for president. He said that kind of nonsense that Trump came out with. So hey, that's all I got to say about that. So that's a little comedy. Go and look it up online. Actually, some of the things that I mentioned, I put links to these things on my Twitter feed.
All right.
And my Facebook account.
For good directives, yes.
So go to, if you type in Dominic Nelson Ashley onto Twitter, you'll find me.
Exactly. Yes.
I'll tell you, to be fair, I'm not very good at these hashtags. But if you just look for Dominic Nelson Ashley, you'll find me. There's only one of me in the world. Dominic Nelson.
It's a high profile, yes.
Yeah, that's right. I'm high profile now. You look for me, you find me, and then you'll find the links to a lot of the articles about the things that I've been talking about. So if you want to go into more detail, more depth on any of these things, because I know it's a short show sometimes, you think about, what, I'd like to go into more detail, then there you go. It's like a supplement to the show. I'm going to highlight a few things on the show, and then if you go to Twitter feed, Dominic Nelson Ashley, look at the Twitter feed, and there's links to articles so you can go more in-depth and more research for yourself. In fact, I'm making it easy for you.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? We tell you about it on this show, and then we give you the links for research. How? I can't believe it.
That's the reason.
Are we making it too easy for them?
That's the reason. That's the
reason
reason we are Radio Africa.
There you go.
Is because we are here to promote, educate, entertain, and celebrate cultures. So you are doing your job, man.
That's right. Okay.
Good, man. Well done.
So, okay, but are we making it too easy? Do you know what I'm saying?
True.
Are we? Do you know what? Actually, hey.
That's a good job of educators, isn't it?
You know what? As I remember the very first show I said about black fatherhood.
Exactly, yes.
That people are rushing around. Yeah. Sometimes they ain't got the time. They ain't got the energy.
And it's true.
And nutrition and all that kind of thing.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Well, hey, as I say, we'll put the links on Twitter for you to help.
Because
that's what we do. That's what we're here for. We're here to help.
And I'd like to add on your beautiful line there.
Okay.
Recently I had an interview with the lady called one of the good worker around the communities of Middlesbrough and Teesside in general, called Locadia.
Okay.
She Kina something. Sorry, I would not like to put the surname because I can't pronounce it properly.
Okay.
I can't remember it nicely.
All right.
I can pronounce it, but
Okay.
I can't remember the line.
All right. Okay.
But she's Locadia.
Okay.
She's the chair lady of Women's Today.
Okay.
What you are talking about there, she underlined it.
Did she now?
Yeah. Busy life.
Okay.
The breaking down of the families.
That's right.
So, old school.
Yeah.
Mr. Ashley talked about it before time.
That's right. Well, you know, we're here to help.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what we're here to help. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Okay. Now, you know when I do a deep breath, I'm about to go deep again.
I love it.
Okay, Grenfell.
Yeah.
Back to that.
Yes.
Okay, just a quick thing, because like we've got our eye on what's happening. You know, we're not letting this slide. We got our eye on. Keep watching. So the police said there may be a case for corporate manslaughter. Maybe. Right. Wow. So now your initial reaction is isn't it?
True.
But let's just drill down into that.
Okay.
Yeah. Corporate manslaughter. Do you know what happens? Nobody goes to jail. It's just a fine. Nobody goes to jail. It's just a fine. They fine the company. That's what happens. Corporate manslaughter.
Exactly.
That's why. So we're watching, but so far I'm not impressed. Okay. Let's move on. Oh, yeah, down now. Right now, remember at the top of the show. This what I'm about to say now is the last thing on the show, right?
Yeah,
the last thing on the show.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning of the show, what are the two things I said that you need to watch out for in this show? That's the theme that links to everything in this show together.
Exactly.
The first one was Black Wallets Matter. The second one was Control the Narrative.
Control the narrative.
That's right. Black Wallets Matter and Control the Narrative. Okay. Right now. Have you seen the film Get Out? Even if you haven't seen the film, you've heard of the film Get Out. Okay, 2017 is not yet over.
No.
It's not yet over. But already Get Out is the highest grossing, it's the most, hang on, let me get this right. It is the most successful film of 2017. Fact. It's not going to be touched. I will tell you why. I will tell you why. Now, this ties into what I was saying. Black Wallets Matter. Nothing. Some films, that's a catering budget. $4.5 million. Do you know how much it grossed? How much it grossed? I'm telling you. Take a seat. Take a deep breath. It grossed $252 million.
Wow.
So, that means they've increased their money, right? 630 times.
Wow.
630 times. That's how much, so from 4.5 million, you put in 4.5 million, you get out 252 million. So, Black Wallets Matter, Control the Narrative. Do you know what I'm saying?
True.
There you go. So like, hey, we have money, spend it wisely. If companies are not on the same page as you, they're not backing you up. They're anti-black. They're anti-everything that's about you. Don't spend your money with them. Spend your money somewhere else. Control your own narrative. I'm not just talking about social media. I'm talking about in your head and how you interact with the world physically as well. How you meet, how you greet people, how you present yourself to people, not just online. There you go. I started off with it. I'm finishing with it. That's the way we roll. Afro old school.
Afro old school.
Have you missed me? Yes, you did. I'm back in full effect. That's how we do it. I am high profile.
High pro.
With the humblest man. Black Wallets Matter. Control the narrative.
Strongly.
Okay.
Sound.
Radio.
You listening to Radio Africa.
Aye.
We're here to promote, entertain, educate, and celebrate cultures.
Okay. See you next week.
Beautiful. So now, let's extend it to the last track. Do you say bye-bye to your audience, please?
Okay, bye. I can't say good. I can't say bye-bye because, what I mean? It's like they're in my head all the time. I'm always, every day, I'm thinking about, okay, what can I bring to the table for the listeners?
Exactly.
So I wake up, I think, what can I bring to the table for the listeners?
So you are back.
Hey.
In full contact.
I never really went away.
We love you people, and we are back. Afro Old School. We're here with Radio Africa IA to promote, to entertain, and celebrate cultures. We are webcast and podcast online, radio and media production, streaming series of diverse programs exploring the corridor between Africa and the United Kingdom cultures and creating a platform to bridge the gap of understanding. So we're here to do the right things for you. Keep tuned before we see you again. Hear the tune. Take You On by Dominique. Good Voodoo TV if you want to check it out on YouTube. Good Voodoo TV. Check it out.
Some say Africa's golden era is gone. A time when great African kings and queens built their dreams into empires, stretching across the continent and beyond. But we say a new era is upon us. A new set of African kings and queens are on the rise. Driven by the same wealth of character as the kings and queens before them. Building new empires of enterprise with the right partnership. So rise up wherever you are, new kings and queens of Africa. Embrace your full potential and be proud of your heritage.